Let's talk about something that hits home for a lot of co-parents, that feeling like you're fighting a battle on, well, multiple fronts. Today, we are going to break down a really powerful strategy to handle exactly that. It's called the third-party firewall, and it's all about stopping interference from your co-parents' family and friends.
You know the feeling, right? You are just exhausted, you're frustrated, and you're so tired of getting those texts from a new partner or having to deal with an in law at exchanges. It honestly feels like you're not co parenting with one person anymore, but with an entire committee.
Okay, but here is a massive shift in perspective that you need to make. What feels like just random chaos and, messy family drama is often something way more deliberate. It can be a proxy strategy. It's designed to put pressure on you and create conflict, all while keeping the other parent's hands technically clean.
So, to change the dynamic, you have got to understand the game that's being played. We're going to call it proxy interference. And once you can name it, once you can see how it works, that's when you can start building your defense. So here's the core of it. Your co-parent uses someone else, a proxy, to do the dirty work, to apply pressure or stir up conflict. And this tactic gives them what's called plausible deniability. It lets them just step back and say, hey, that wasn't me, even if they were the one pulling all the strings from behind the curtain. And these proxies, they usually fall into some pretty specific roles. Think about it. You've got the gatekeeper, who might control whether you see your child on time, or the messenger, who controls or twists the information you get. There's the narrator, spreading stories to trash your reputation. The provoker, who just loves to start an incident at exchanges. And maybe the sneakiest of all, the shadow decision maker, who's influencing everything from behind the scenes. Seeing which roles you're up against is a huge first step.
And there it is. That's the classic line that makes this whole thing work. This is the sound of plausible deniability in the wild. It is designed to make you feel totally powerless, like you're trying to fight a ghost. But you're not going to fight the ghost. No, you're going to build a firewall. So, enough about their game. Let's talk about building yours. The third-party firewall, it's not just one thing you do. It is a complete mindset shift. Think of it like a new operating system for your entire co-parenting reality. And this right here really shows the difference. Their game runs on intensity, right? Emotional flare-ups, public drama, all of that. Your firewall, on the other hand, runs on consistency. You're swapping out those chaotic reactions for calm, repeatable protocols. And trust me on this, one calm, predictable system will almost always beat 10 emotional confrontations. All right, so how do we actually do it? Let's get into the practical tools. This isn't just theory, okay? This is a playbook. These are concrete actions you can start using today to build that wall of consistency and calm. This script, this is your first and most powerful tool. It's so simple, it's polite, and it's completely non-negotiable. You don't argue with the proxy. You don't explain. You just redirect them back to the source. Every single time. This one sentence can shut down the entire game. Now, a strong boundary isn't just something you wish for. It has to be built on a foundation of authority. So think of it like a stack, where every layer supports the one on top of it. You start with the legal reality of your court order. Then you build on that with consistent protocols, like only communicating in writing and meticulously documenting everything. This is what makes your position solid and enforceable. And this is how you build that record, not with, long emotional diary entries, but with quick, factual logs. Just look at this example. It takes 30 seconds to write, but it captures everything a court or a professional would need to see. What was supposed to happen, what actually happened, and your calm, reasonable response. Pure facts. And it is so important to remember why we're doing all this. This isn't just about managing difficult adults. The ultimate goal of this firewall is to shield your child from the conflict, the pressure, and those awful loyalty binds that this kind of interference creates.
See, for us, it's a custody issue, but for a child, it's a world of confusion. They're being asked to carry messages or to keep secrets or to manage adult feelings that they shouldn't have to. And this is exactly why your calm, structured approach is so critical. It creates a little island of safety for them in a sea of conflict.
So what do you do when your child starts repeating things they've clearly overheard from the other house? You use this simple 3-step method. First, you reflect their feeling. Wow, that sounds like a big worry. Then you reset the boundary. In my home, you don't have to manage grown-up stuff.
And finally, you reassure them. I'll handle the adults, your only job is to be a kid. This protects them without ever bad-mouthing the other parent. Okay, so where does all this actually lead? What's the end game here? Well, the goal of the firewall isn't about winning some legal battle. It's about creating a new, more stable reality for you and for your child. The true purpose here, it isn't to punish your ex or their family. It is to build a predictable, calm environment where your child can actually thrive, totally free from the stress of adult conflict. The firewall is designed to create peace through structure. It's a constructive tool. This is what you're working toward. This is your North Star. Just imagine a world where exchanges just happen, where big decisions are made between the two parents, and that's it, and where your child isn't stuck in the middle. This isn't some fantasy. It is the direct result of consistently applying these firewall principles.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What if all that energy you've been spending reacting to chaos could be channeled into building a calm, consistent system? A system that not only protects your own sanity, but becomes the most powerful shield you can possibly offer your child.